So if I could teleport to have a grip, I would always teleport to this grip. And if he could pick a spot he would want to start a match in, it would be that spot. So we're always starting with that. How are we getting it? There's a bunch of different ways. We're going to start off with forcing it through neutral grips. So he gets the collar, he gets my sleeve, we're here, like I don't like this, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let go. He's going to keep his grips. I'm not going to break his grips. I don't care about his grips. I'm going to make his grips less valuable by changing my grips. I'm going to let go of the lapel. I'm going to come to the sleeve, right? Now I'm going to take my hand from here up into the armpit, like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to collapse his shoulder into his thumb, and I'm going to give him head angle. This part is confusing to people because they don't like the idea of letting someone pressure into their head. I need to give him head angle so that when I turn, I get head angle. So I'm going to go like this, which he can now put his head in my ear, but because I have the Russian tie, I can take it right back. So we're here. I'm not going to break his grips. I'm going here, here. I'm pulling him in. He's trying to get there. I can take it right back into my Russian tie. I want you guys to watch very closely. My footwork is complicated. All right, we're here. You guys see it? Mm-hmm. Okay, there's no footwork. Right? Now what I want you to understand is that you cannot create an angle by circling. It's not possible, right? Because he can circle. The only reason you ever circle is if I need him to circle. Does that make sense? Now, how do I maintain angle? It's also not by circling. I maintain angle by drive. So we're here, I get this, I get an angle, now square back up to me. He gets square back up to me. If I was to circle, we would just do that forever, right? So let's do that again. I come here, he squares up to me, and I'm like, that's not how you keep angle, right? So I'm going to keep angle by walking straight and powerful. So we're here, I go here, here, here. He's, and I'm going to usually, once I get this, I'm going to move my grip to the jacket so I have more pull. It can be the belt. On a curve the belt has more value because of the belt loops. It stays more stuck. On a gi, the belt has less value because it pivots. So you might want to find like a jacket on a gi. On a curve the belt's on. He's circling, right? I'm going forward to keep my going. I'm going straight. If anything, circle. Anything on circle in front of where he's circling, keep it. Right? Now I want you to understand position of power. As often as I can be in grappling, I want to be here. Right? Whenever I can be in that position, I'm in charge. I want to make sure that I'm putting myself in that position in his space as often as possible. The more often I'm here, a defensive position, the more often I'll find myself defending. Right? So the second I can get myself to where I'm big chest forward, bullying, the better for me. So if we're here like this, and he's low and I'm low, we're both doing this, like the first person to kind of like, no, it's me, it's not you. That's the person who's dealing with the big change. Right? To do that, I have to be able to put him at an angle, and we're doing that with the Russian tie. So one more time, we're neutral. By the way, don't start matches like this. I made a mistake. I was asleep, I woke up and he's grabbing me. I'm like, oh no, I'm neutral. Ideally, this never happened, but we're starting from here. Here, I'm breaking this in. He might look for angle with his head. I get it back with my head, and I grab a hold of the jacket. Now he's gonna try to circle, and I'm gonna square and walk into him to keep my position. Do you guys get it?
Yeah.
All right, 1, 2. Russian tie, I'm pressuring. I want to talk about the first thing he is doing, which is smart. He's trying to back his hips up, right? So his hips are a little bit further than me, and that's to stop me from ending up behind him. If he was to stay bladed, keep that as the lead leg, and I was in the Russian tie, I would move immediately on past the Russian tie, right? Because before, when he squared up the way he did, he's trying to keep me off his back. So I'm only like, I've got his arm across his body, he recognized that's a path to behind him, and he's squaring his hips and taking him away from me to make that difficult to get behind him. If he was to stay perfectly still, if I was to hear him stay perfectly still, I would really pass the Russian tie immediately, right? You can keep the sleeve, step in, and suplex him to death, right? And he doesn't want me to do that. He'd rather me jump on his back and choke him than what I'm going to do, right? So he instinctively knows I don't want that. I don't want my back facing you. So when you guys are practicing right now, make sure you're not trying to be a good uke by staying still, right? In Russian time here, like this is not realistic, what I'm doing right now, right? So I would be, hold on my belt, I'd be trying to frame myself up to keep him from behind me, right? The only exception of when I'm doing this is I'm going to try to do a cool guy roll or something to protect myself from the Russian tie, which we'll get to later, right? But if I'm first trying to just not get thrown, that should not be my first instinct. Do you guys get it? So make sure that you're framing up. The next thing I should try to do is extract my hand. And one of the problems with grip fighting is understanding that it's not about where your hands are on the jacket, it's where he is in reference to you. So let's say I've got this grip and this grip, these are both correct. Just pull your hand into your pocket. I still have the grip. Is it still a Russian tie? No. He has a post on this side. Just put your hand up there and post. If I try to throw him right now, he would post. It doesn't matter that I've got this grip. The purpose of the Russian tie was to kill a post on one side, right? So if I dumped him over here, he can't stop me from dumping him over there. If he moves that hand out there, and I try the same throw, he'll just stop the throw. He'll just realize, no. Right? So having a hand on a particular part of his jacket isn't the thing. The thing is killing the post, right? And that's going to be with all of our grips. That's what we're doing. So we have to kind of get in our mind, like, what is the principles of what we're trying to do? The analogy I use for my students is when you go take a driving lesson, they tell you to put your hands at 10 and 2, right? 10 and 2 is not the thing. It's being able to turn the wheel in both directions quickly is the thing, right? Which is why now that we've all driven for a long time, we don't do that and we still don't get in wrecks. Because we figured out where else can my hands be. Can I take this one over to the top while I'm over here? That works good. Can I rest my elbows on my knees? This works good, right? 10 and 2 is a lesson to help us understand to make sure we turn the wheel in both directions. So if you're thinking the Russian tie is this and this, and he pulls that hand out, and you're like, this is cool, I'm good, this is cool, it's not cool, and you're not good, right? The point was, pull the hand out, was keeping that hand in a position where he can't post it. Okay? So now what we're going to do, so I get the position, so I'm here, I'm breaking him in, I'm squaring up, and I'm pulling this to my chest. He's going to try to extract it, right? And I'm going to pressure and fight him from extracting it. So he will probably be backing up and pulling. IRL. Let's give it a try. 1, 2. Very hard to do that from the very beginning. Right? They'll be pulling their arms in tight the second you get it. They'll be getting extra thick gis to make it hard to grab the grip, like the Haji have right here, which is possible to grab. Right? There's all kinds of things we'll do to make it very difficult. Right? So expect a fight. Once we know we have it, we have the Russian tie, we have them running away, and I have their sleeve, you have to know, okay, I will score. This is enough. And that's the hardest part, is you'll get your good grips, and you go, I don't think it's good enough. It's good enough, because he's missing a post on one side, which means that's good enough to throw somebody, right? So our first throw we're going to do it under the response of someone backing away, squaring them, yanking the arm out. They're back, and why we're starting there is they are backing away, they are trying to yank their arm out, and you know the whole push-pull thing? I'm not doing that at all. I'm going to throw him the exact opposite direction he's going, because the grip is so freaking good. That's what I'm trying to establish. So I'm not going to go with his movement. I'm going to fight it directly against his movement because he has no power. So we're here and here. He's pulling away. He's extracting his arm. And I'm still going to throw him in this direction to establish that the grip is that good. Right? So let's do that again. I've got the sleeve. I've got the jacket. He's backing up and I'm pressuring. He's extracting his arm. And I still have at least right there. From this position, this post is missing. If I pull down hard and lift his legs, I will throw him. Right? So I'm going to keep this belt, stand up real tall. If he standed up real tall and wasn't backing away, I would just take my shot. Right? I would just take my shot. His instinct to not do that. His instinct to keep his hips back, because he knows that he can pick his Russian tie up and take a shot. Right? So he's got his hips back, he's pulling the arm out, pulling the arm out. This is the fight we're having. From here, I'm going to take my right foot and bring it close to him, underneath him. I'm going to take my left foot bent on the far leg, not this leg. Then I'm going to sit my butt to my heel and kick at that angle. It's not important to right now that you track him on the throw. Just get rid of him. He's backing up, he's pulling his arm, I'm going to go here, there. If you come up with the sleeve, knee on the body, don't roll with him. Just get rid of him. You guys can see it again? Yeah. So I get my Russian tie. He's trying to get away from me. Back foot here, front foot here, sit. There. Okay? Let's do our throwing position at the end. Alright, so I got my Russian tie here. Some of you, by the way, are doing Russian tie ear to ear. Fun fact, it'll become their Russian tie in one grip change. Right? So take Russian tie. Uh-oh. Right? You can't be ear to ear like that. Right? I have to make sure that I have presence, driving forward presence, not this sideways pushing shape. That can be my head, get lower. That can be my chest. Right? But it's got to be forward presence. Okay? So I get the shape that I want. I'm here. Now, from this position, we go back foot, front foot, and throw. A lot of you are kicking both feet up in the air. We're not doing that. We're keeping one foot on the mat so we have a launch here. So I'm going here, here. This foot's staying on the mat to generate power. Okay, a couple more. 1, 2. Are going to have both throws once they start giving us levels of resistance. So I'm going to get the Russian tie. So we did it before, we did it from neutral, right? Typically, we'd start here and he would reach for me and I wouldn't even let him get to that point, right? So he's intercepting and I'm going straight to there. Or if he gets a grip of my jacket, I'm popping it off and going straight to there. Two-hand grip break works so well, it's illegal in judo, right? So here, pop, Russian tie, pressure. I want to emphasize pressure. You notice I let go of his sleeve just then because it doesn't matter. Because remember, it's not the 10 and 2. It's his arm is trapped and I've got pressure. So if I'm going pop here, I can let go of that sleeve. Like he's got nothing, right? And now I can come to here, right? So presence in his space, take his space, acquire land quickly, but do it in a way where you can't be countered, right? So by moving the Russian tie, moving the arm over, I can now apply a lot of pressure without being feared of being rolled because he has no posts and I have posts. So for instance, if I was here and he was to like sit and put that foot there and sit and back roll, and it's like, nah, dude. He doesn't have any control over me. I've got control over him. So he can't do the same thing to me because of my gripping. Now if he has neutral grips, and I'm just like, he could, right? We're connected, he has push and pull. So I'm getting the Russian tie so that I can be reckless with my footwork, right? So I'm here, I can get space, right? Now from this position, we're going to do a different throw. I'm going to, instead of going this foot here, I'm going to go here and then turn. So now we're both going to do a forward roll thing, a backward roll. He's doing the same fall. I'm going to show it to you in the least scary version first. Here, I'm going to put my knee on the ground, and now I'm going to do a forward roll where my head and his arm and my arm go through his legs. Least scary version first. So, get my Russian tie, I've got presence here. He's doing the same forward roll. To keep yourself safe, you should know that which arm you're forward rolling on is dictated by what I'm controlling. So pop, real quick, pop, all right, weave your free hand. Okay, when I throw him, should you forward roll on his free hand or the one I have trapped?
One is trapped.
Right. Rolling the free hand is going to make him face plant because he can't finish the roll, right? So when I'm here, if his favorite rolls on this arm, he's going to hurt himself. He has to be the one that I'm forcing. So make sure when you're doing this, you understand you're going to roll on the arm that I have trapped. And I'm rolling on the arm that I'm trapping, so I'm doing the same thing. We're doing the same roll together. Okay? Give it a try. 1, 2. This arm trapped and this arm trapped. He's going to go into his Sherlock Holmes mind palace and figure out I want to throw him in this direction. Right? So he's going to want to fall in that direction where his place is. Right? So when I elevate him, he's going to try to step wide and end up somewhere over here, so you just don't get thrown. So I'm going for like this, and we're going, yes. That's where his posts are not stuck. Do you guys understand? Yes. So I might even get him up a little bit. I might even float him. But once he's floated, if you can kind of dump to one side, he'll call the throw. So I'm going to try to get you, and I might get him up, but if he's ready to put that hand down and that foot out, he should be okay. So I'm here and here. I'm like, triangulate. Oh. You guys see?
Oh, yeah.
So now let's connect it in real time. You know that he might do that. So your brain has to go here, here to score most of these throws. So now in real time, I say in real time because with the pause it's way harder because he settles his weight, right? So same thing, we come here, and that's on score. I'm glad I know the roll. Do you guys understand? I'm just doing both throws back to back. So now we'll try to pause it, and I want you to kind of like pause like a movie for a second so I can demonstrate. So we're here. He circles out there. Get up with your feet for me. Once it's here, you see the mat? This is going to be harder.
Yeah.
Which is why my timing matters, right? You want to catch him when he's still like here. And now I'm shifting and forward rolling to the second part of the throw. Which is why I said in real time it's important, because in real time you need to get him before his weight drops. You elevate, he shifts, you turn and roll. Do you want to see this? So I'm here, he's trying to pull his arm back, we're having this fight. I'm going here. You right? Yep. Do it again. Try to find this hand on the mat over there. Like try to look over there. Okay. Because I want to throw you this way. Right? So we're here. Here we go. Yeah. That was a real fight. He's like, click. Right? So that's what it feels like. He's going to try to handstand to fix it. You shift, then chop him back down. Do you guys get it? Yes. If you want, you can try that. If you're not sure, work on the first two because they work independently. Okay, 1, 2. Yeah. That makes sense? I tried to the block. Early in the building. I put your other down.
Hands falling.
That's what's going to have to like hit something for a cross to roll.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, because you kind of stomp her over with that foot. You know what I mean? No, don't help him like that. Don't help him. Do it again. Don't help him. Stay exactly where you are. Here, you try to grab close.
So you might need to grip his son and use grip pinch kick from spinning out. Yeah. Plus, it felt like you generated even more power.
Oh, okay. So if we're here like this, and I go in here, watch this foot position. Right now, my feet are in 2 points, right? This foot is going to have to end up on the outside. Right? So when I go on the outside. Right? Your feet are going to stuck here. They ended up here.
But that's because of what? Where was I right now?
Not you. It's like he was saying. He needs to toss you a little bit in the wrong direction.
Okay.
You know?
So I'm tossing him that way.
Still face this way. So and now when you toss him this way a little bit.
So which way? I haven't seen.
So kind of toss him a little bit this way. And now your leg shouldn't be able to switch.
I shouldn't have, but hold on.
Yeah. Do that again. All right, guys, everybody watch this. We're going to do this till he's got it. Awesome. Do it again. There's nothing against IBJ's rules about this technique. Okay, go ahead. Here, with your leg. Good. You still need your arm. We're going to keep doing it. Just keep the grips you've got. There you go. Yeah. You guys get everyone go, yeah. When you let go of my sleeve, I will post on the mat. Right? So you got to keep that tough. What do we do next? I don't care. You could attempt to go for those legs. I wouldn't, depending on the rules. So if it was Sambo, I'm way more incentivized to go for the submission because I'm not punished for failure. So I'll go and then go, right? Same with the arm bar off the first sacrifice throw. In Jiu-Jitsu, I wouldn't. In Jiu-Jitsu, I would stop and stick where we are, secure my takedown, and then I transition to knee right, secure my knee right. So it probably looks something like this. We'd go here. The same thing, kind of float, right? So I go here, we switch, and then here, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, turn towards me. Like this is what he's going to be doing, right? He's trying to stop the takedown points. Yeah. So he's doing this, and I also want you to look at my foot position. You see my foot position still in there? I'm doing that because if it comes out early, I won't get my pass points. Right? So try to knock me over. I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 2 points. Not like 1, 2, 3, 3 points. 1, 2, 3, 2 more points. What do I got? 7.
Yes.
Right? Where if I do sacrifice throw armbar, fail armbar, I'm just a jackass. Right? So I do that again, treating like a Sambo match. I go here, here, like this, and I'm like here, and he gets his knees, I'm like, what am I doing? Right? But in Sambo, I've already scored the 4. Right? So in Sambo, see circles here, I've already scored the 4. Turn towards me. Like I might as well do this. Right? So you have to understand your context. Context is king. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? Right? So you guys can practice scenario 1 or scenario 2. Scenario 1, after you hit the floor, come to the leg, which you're doing early, just do it later. Hey, chill. 1, 2, 3. Grab the pant, push out, chill. 1, 2, 3, knee right. 1, 2, 3. Or if it's a Sambo match, I'm gonna go here, right? Turn towards me. Here. Press 4 for the takedown and win for the knee bar. You guys get it? All right, 1, 2. Your primary move. So if he's doing this, I'm gonna always be like here, there, every time. There's no other move. There's no need for any other move, right? You're gonna pick him up and throw him on the ground. If he's stopping you from picking up and throwing him on the ground, then you have to do like all the techniques you learn, right? But if he doesn't, you don't do those techniques. So if I go Russian tie and he stays put, I'm gonna come here, throw him on his head, right? If I go Russian tie and he squares and stays tall, fix it right there. I'm gonna go straight. Last level or big flare double depending. I like to go forward, right? I'm gonna bowl him over. So if the things that are the basic things, let's say pushing him over, which is like a blast double, or picking him up, which is your pickup, if those are unavailable, now we're doing sacrifice throws, which will be our tertiary throws, right? Or that word for Steve. So you don't use a sacrifice throw as your number one move if he's doing nothing to stop everything else. Right? So if I go here and here, he's like, oh, this seems fine. We should go straight here and suplex him up his head. Right? So the class is not on that. But I need you guys to establish a behavior that makes your opponent do the right thing. Get a Russian timing. Pick me up. Alright, do it again. Pick me up. No, keep it high. Go ahead. Like, here's me not trying to be picked up. Here's your double on me. Here's me trying not to be taken a double. Right? So now I'm in position to sacrifice. You guys get it? Yeah. Put them in a position where they can't be taken down with the easy things. Then you do this. So make sure you get your guys in the right spot. Okay, 1, 2.
So are you left or right?
I'll say I'm already in this.
So what you're going to do is with your front foot, you're going to take a penetrative step.
Okay.
You're going to drop your knee on the ground.
Okay.
You're going to use your body.
Go ahead.
You're going to use your shoulders to push weight into the person.
Uh-huh.
Right foot steps around.
Uh-huh.
And you're going to drive towards me.
Okay. So, can I ask, why do we level change?
It's because their weight is already high. So we're going low.
Why? Okay, but I'm going low for what reason? What's up? Why am I going low? To get on the limb. Okay, stand up. Do I need to go low to get underneath him right now?
You don't.
Right? Where you're going through 10 and 2, and now what is going on right now? Right? So what I need to drop me to get low. Do I need to drop me to get low on you?
No.
No. Okay, now why am I driving sideways?
Can't post with his leg.
Is he posting with his legs?
No.
He's square. So if he's here, how do I double leg him? Here?
Penetration.
Like that.
Yes, here.
Right?
Always ready to break fall.
Yeah. So, if that's your target, you don't do any of that shit. Do you understand? Now let's say he gets low. Now I gotta get low. Let's say I come in and he sprawls his legs back. Now I gotta cut sideways. Now I'm gonna go back. That's because he's doing shit that stops him from doing the other thing.
Yeah.
Right? If you guys are trying to load techniques in the gun and fire them off people, it's like a phrase book for French. You do not speak the language. Right? So, you have to learn the principles of what I need to do. What do I do when someone's doing this? Whatever I freaking want. Right? So, whenever he presents that target, don't go through your Rolodex and moves. Right? And that's how I'm getting him in position. So, if I'm here, and he's standing like that, and I give him a slight level change and a pump, and he gives me any reaction, go ahead. Okay, so now we're of a different shape. A shape that I have to respond to, right? Let's say he puts hands on me here. So he puts hands on me. Now I'm clearing off. Okay, now we got a thing that makes sense. But if he's just going to stand in front of you like this, you don't do anything cool. Okay? 1, 2. Yeah, so now we're like fighting to get the shape. You see how, go back, rewind. Watch this, keep going. This is what they're saying about Russian ties. When I'm not in position, but I have a diagonal grip, the first person to put their square their chest to the person gets in position. The first person to chest of that person. Alright, so when I'm here, do that again. Like I just have done this with my chest. So now when he finds that I've got the arm across his body and he's still trying to put his chest at me, that's how I'll get my doubles. Right? Just bow for the Russian tie. Right, 1, 2. saying it, but it's like kind of your cone of death, right? So go like this. I go a little more forward. That's his cone of death, right? Being in there is where he does stuff, right? And if I'm in here, stuff happens to me. It doesn't have to be grappling. It can be punches. It's where I get punched and kicked, right? Here's my cone of death. If we both connect it, we're basically being like, let's do this, right? We do like, ah! We're like, who's just better at this exchange, right? It's not a tactical decision to do something like that, like to have the neutral position. Same if we're doing punches, it'll be a hockey fight. If we're like, okay, we're doing this right here, right? So we don't want to do this in grappling, striking, whatever. Now, if he's got his cone of death like this, and I get my cone of death like this, the first person to realize that and turn their cone, go ahead, will kill the other guy. Make sense? So a lot of times what I'm seeing is people doing moves where they're bullying themselves alongside the person, and then he tries to square, and you're both like doing this, right? So instead, get tighter and try to keep your cone facing them for the entire transition. So instead of going like this, I'm going like this, right? And now I'm just trying to circle and I'm going straight. So now I've got the shape I want, right? So if I'm doing an arm drag and I do it like this, he'll re-drag and we'll just do this forever, right? I've got to arm drag into his space, right? I'm not arm dragging over here. I'm getting the arm slightly out of my way and then sliding my cone into him, right? Now if it's high, it's a boot scoot arm drag and do the same thing, but I'm doing it low. Look at my orientation, right? Like look at my eyes, look at my body. I'm doing the same thing. This. I'm not doing this, right? Unless it's like a get through a crowd and getting on the subway situation, right? But if you're talking about trying to beat up a dude, you have to be facing him to do so. So when you go to Russian Tie on me, make sure already he's got that facing me, and he's not like running by, so we're doing this. Okay? Let's keep going. 1, 2. Taking on defense is really simple if you know that they have to be pointing guns at you to shoot you, right? So a lot of times people get thrown because they're hanging out in spots where they can be thrown, right? And when you see me, if you watch a match, I'm jumping an arm bar or I'm rolling for a leg lock, it's because I realize I'm suddenly in a position where I can be thrown. That's why I'm doing that, right? That's what's telling me to do that. So if I'm working like this and he eventually gets a Russian tie on me, this is where I'm going to make cool guy moves. Not because I'm a cool guy, because I'm about to get thrown, right? So I'm taking that opportunity away. So get a Russian tie. So get a Russian tie. So now I'm going to do the same move we just did, right? The difference is I do not have either of his arms trapped. I cannot make him forward roll, right? So because I can't make him forward roll, he'll put his hands in the ground before he forward rolls. That's important. If he holds on tight and rolls with me, that's his mistake. I don't know how someone who would make that mistake got me in a Russian tie, right? So if he got me here, he's not going to fall over when I do this. He'll post to protect himself. So I'm going to do the same roll and post. So right here, I'm going to collect both legs together to stop him from being able to turn to face me in a meaningful way. He's going to turn and stuff. He's going to do stuff, but he's forwarding with me because I have control of this. And then I can apply my knee bar. So I'm going both legs together to stop him from having an intelligent pivot point to stay on his feet. He gets me a Russian tie. I'm like, oh no, right? So I'm going here. Oh no, my roll sucks. All right, so he was demonstrating. All right. He would never do that in real life, right?
Nope.
Okay, so he's got here and collect. He got me in a Russian tie. I gotta make a move. Collect. You guys get it?
Yes.
Sir. All right, 1, 2. I can't hold the other hand because he's got it. Come on. He's got this hand. He's got that stuff. Okay? 1, 2. Watch me do this roll. 2 lines. So he has a Russian tie. Let's say it's on this hand. Post your hand. Jump your feet through. Now I'm going to pick my hand up and do a front flip, right? I'm going here. And my hand should go as deep as my heels. Okay? Anything less like that, less than that, is going to be a face plant. All right, 1, 2. Go ahead. You don't get to put your hand out. Right. Grab your jacket.